Hi everybody, this is Kermit the Gaming Hermit, back for another episode of Budget Gaming. So if you're a big fan of Nintendo's juggernaut, the Nintendo Switch, this September is looking like a September to remember. So you might ask yourself, what's the big deal about September? Certainly as far as there are lots of things to discuss. So we're about a little over a week away from our segue into September. And one of the things that may be troubling gamers that we might end up seeing a result of this September is that there are a lot of quality titles coming out to Nintendo Switch. Starting from now, from the time of the filming of this episode, up until the end of the month, there are a lot of quality titles that are all begging for your gaming dollar. Now, certainly as far as unless you have very deep pockets, have tons of time to play games and trade them, sell them, and try to go out and buy more games, there is a lot of competition out there. Certainly as far as for the Nintendo Switch, this is a good thing. As consumers, we want to have as much choice, as much availability to be able to say, hey, I want to play this rather than that, or I want to play these two versus those two. However, what ends up happening when there's so much competition, usually we end up seeing a decrease in prices. So if you remember last holiday season, we saw some really great sales. Now we're used to seeing great sales, Black Friday. However, large game publishers usually have expectations they provide to their stockholders as far as meeting certain number of games sold. Last holiday season, we saw large price cuts to games such as the Assassin's Creed series with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Additionally, Battlefield 5, EA's big release. However, they weren't meeting projections, and so what they did was end up cutting up costs. However, what does this happen to a lot of the games being released for September? We might see some of these actually get some deep discounts sooner than later. Now, I'm not saying as far as, sit on your hands, don't open up your wallet and buy games. Certainly, the gaming industry needs us to go buy brand new games. However, you need to be wise with the money you have if you're trying to decide what to pick. Certainly, as far as there's lots of individuals that do their own algorithms as far as what defines a good investment. Some people might say, hey, I'm going to go out and buy the brand new Call of Duty or Battlefield game because I'm going to play online, I enjoy the story mode, wherever it may be, and they play hundreds of hours for what's essentially a $60 investment. When you might think to yourself, you might go to the movies, watch a movie for 2 hours, spend $15, $20 in your experience versus 3 times as much, you get hundreds of hours more of that. So looking ahead, from now to the end of September, we have a great selection of games to choose from. So some of these include, for the end of August, we have Terraria coming out, Collection of Mana, Astral Chain, Root Letter Last Answer, as well as Bubsy Paws on Fire. And then September, we start getting additional titles with Tetris 99. Now this came out initially as a digital-only version. However, it looks like Nintendo's doing a package where there's actually a physical cartridge along with a subscription for their Nintendo's online service. Initially, NBA 2K20 is coming back from 2K. Daemon X Machina. Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition. FIFA 20. Dragon Quest 11S. Echoes of an Elusive Age. So this is the definitive version of this game. We saw it a year ago come out for the PlayStation 4. We saw additional DLC come out for it. Now this is the whole thing in one beautiful package. So be able to take it on the go, put it on the big screen. So this is definitely one that's going to be calling a lot of gamers. AI, the Somnium Files Day 1 Edition. Lego Jurassic World, which is kind of interesting because this is actually an older title that we saw on other platforms. And now we're seeing it come out on the Switch. Lego games have a great foothold as far as their presence on the Switch, besides other platforms this generation. So, reaching a little bit further back in their catalog to bring this out to the Switch, I think is a great idea and certainly welcomed by many gamers. Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, remastered. Additionally, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, the remaster that everyone's been looking for quite some time since the E3 announcement. There's also Dead by Daylight and Contra Rogue Core. Now, there's a few of these that definitely are not going to be really impressed as far as the competition goes. Everyone's going to play Zelda. They're not going to probably be moved to go pick up a different game when Zelda's been on their mind. There's definitely millions of Zelda fans out there. Nintendo's going to get their numbers for there. Certainly as far as 2K, they have the NBA 2K series. There's no other competition on the Switch, so certainly as far as they will get those individuals who are going to play NBA 2K. And certainly our soccer fans with FIFA, until Konami decides to bring their beloved franchise over to the Switch. There's no competition from EA. However, there's a lot of different titles. Certainly a lot of role-playing games coming out, a few platformers, certain mech-based games with RPG elements with Daemon X Machina versus Astral Chain. So definitely a lot of overlap where we might need to see as far as who will make the first move. My anticipation is that Nintendo, they're not going to bat an eye as far as trying to drop prices because of all the competition. Nintendo, traditionally, their first-party titles tend to sell really well in comparison to third-party. That's probably why we didn't see as much support on the Wii U with regards to companies like EA or 2K for that matter. We see sprinklings of their support on the Switch. However, Nintendo is a juggernaut. It is their platform. I don't anticipate them making any moves. However, we might see other publishers decide to cut prices with the hopes of meeting certain numbers of software sold just to meet their financial expectations, just because investors want to ensure that what their money is going towards supporting these companies is going to return a dividend, hopefully whenever the fiscal year is up with the respective company. So if you're deciding, you're on the fence, you want to see who's going to make the first move, certainly there's time to take a look to see. However, if you're just looking forward to this bonanza, this smorgasbord, this buffet of wonderful titles for September, and you're hungry to play something new on the Switch, this Switch has a great variety as far as games to play from. Remakes, remasters, brand new titles, ports from other current-gen consoles. So certainly open up your wallets and prepare to spend a lot of money. This is Kermit the Gaming Hermit. I'll see you next time. If you like what you see, click on the subscription button, click on the bell for notifications, and I'll see you next time. Take care.